Welcome to Hardback Life.
It's time for stories, sass, and strong opinions.
Let's turn the page. Hey guys.
It's so nice to not have to do the intro, if I'm being honest.
I know, I love it.
I love that we have it. It's just done, pre-recorded.
It's just nice to be back. I feel like we haven't recorded in a while.
The last episode we recorded was what? The Love After Loss or Love, Loss, and Understanding with James Stiers.
It's the last time we recorded.
I'm pretty sure.
Damn, that feels... I thought there was something else.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it's been a month. So I am happy to be
that's
back.
crazy.
I know you're happy to be back.
So happy. And we have like a lot of ideas. We just haven't had time.
No, we really just haven't. I mean, I feel like just like it's been busy. Like we traveled and then you and Andrew went away for the 4th and I've just been busy, I guess.
Yeah. Life's just lifing.
Yeah.
Not in bad, like I don't think in terrible ways right now. Like sometimes we say that and it's like
that was pretty terrible.
I fucking just bought 2 cars in 10 months and
you totally just missed what I said. I said, yeah, everything's good except my cat's dead.
Buddy. Button.
Do we want to start with... There's nothing really new other than my dead cat.
Yeah, nothing new. We're doing... I mean, it's not new. Like, we've talked about it. But the Bel Air Book Fair is coming up. That's in a month.
That is.
August 8th. So, if you're in the Bel Air area...
And after that, in October, we are going to... Sweet Nothings in Baltimore is doing a...
The ACOTAR!
Yeah, an ACOTAR release party. So and they asked us to come. So, that was cool.
I'm so excited. I know this book is going to be
that
about Elaine because it's less than 400 pages and even SJM can't make her look good. So like that's how you know.
That's like actually in retrospect, like that's actually like really short.
Yeah, because how do you make her look good?
A Court of Silver Flames was like 800 something pages.
I know the second book though was like 950. Well, not the second, the next book.
What, Mist and Fury?
No. I said second, but I meant the second release.
Oh, ACOTAR 7.
Yeah. It's like 950 pages. Yeah.
Of course it is. Well, like, that's not necessary.
No. Who the fuck do you think you are? Yes, it is.
What I loved about that is you were processing it as you were saying it. But
it was a moment where I was like, I don't know where this sentence is going to go. I'm going to start it.
Fuck you think you are. No, that was great. No, I'm actually excited as long as it's good.
I'm so excited and it will be good.
Yeah, me too.
As long as doesn't end up with Elaine.
I just think it would be corny. To have like each sister with each brother. Like I don't know.
I agree. And also,
unless she like blows me, I'm giving her all the space to like blow me out of the water with whatever decision she makes.
I'll like her less than I liked Nesta because Nesta at least like gave me reasons. Like she had character, you know? Like
no,
Elaine
I agree.
is like a wet piece of cardboard that's just like dragged along everywhere.
I think she's just a whiner.
I don't even think she whines. She just does nothing.
Just flopping in the flowers.
She just does literally nothing.
Yeah, she's not helpful. Like she's just there. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because she hasn't done any of that character development. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, there's that.
Alex and Ani put out a ACOTAR line. So there's like rings
you telling me about this
and bracelets and necklaces. And I sent it to Andrew and I was like, anything unless it has Elaine's name in it. Like nothing Elaine themed.
Watch. She's going to like write a banging book and like you're going to be like, wow, I was really proved wrong. Nah. Elaine was great. Nah. I hope that happens.
Nah. I don't think it's going to happen.
I'm just excited for you to literally...
but I don't think it's going to happen.
I'm very excited to watch your reading binger that's going to occur when ACOTAR 6 comes out. And 7. Like that. You're going to be like, do not disturb.
I might take off of work.
Absolutely.
I'll be that meme of like the one lady that's wrapped up in like all the blankets so all you could see is her eyes
because she didn't it wasn't just her eyes. She had on like glasses over top the blanket. I'm pretty sure
you had no idea who she was. Like
took off work to attend the Taylor Swift concert but didn't want to be on camera.
Well, because if you take a sick day and you get caught you get in trouble. You know what I mean? Like
ridiculous. Okay, we can kick off with what we're reading. We're kind of just doing a little bit of a chaotic episode. Episode before James Stiers were we wrong? Like a year later, do we stand by what we said? We still had topics to get through on that script and we didn't get to all of them that day. I don't remember why. So we're coming back to some of those today.
Yeah.
But we should just yap a little bit about what we've read over the last little bit.
So I've been really heavy into arcs because I had so many requested that I've been trying to like push them out. I have one more left. I just finished one last night. And I really liked the idea of it better than the execution of it. But it was like
Okay.
this lady who kidnapped a young woman because she could never have a daughter.
Oh,
So she, like, kept her in the basement and treated her as a daughter, whatever, and the ending was so anticlimactic, it was not good. So,
I hate
bummer.
that.
I also, though so I had gotten a bunch done, and then, stupidly, I had requested 2 more. So I had gotten so many done, and I was like, "I'm rewarding myself with Broken Dove," because I've been waiting since April. I delayed
You
my
have.
gratification. So worth it, it was so good. But then I requested 2 more, so I'm now like, "Fuck, I gotta finish these 2 now."
So I like
Broken Dove was
it.
so good, though.
I support you heavily in reading your arcs, and it's been really cool actually to like see the books that like you've been like, oh, like this is the arc I'm reading, and then like you see it on the shelf.
That is cool. I love
I
that.
love that. I do like miss like I want you to come back around to published like General Pop.
I
Like
know. Well, Broken Dove was so good.
yeah, no, I was excited that you read that one.
I think so because I just finished this one and the next one I have is not like, it's not due for a little bit.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna read, finally, Love Letters to a Serial Killer,
Yeah, that's been on your list for a while.
like, over a year, and
Oh my
it's
god,
been on
that's
my
what we should talk
Kindle.
about. We
It's been
should
on my
talk
Kindle
about
since
how
January.
well,
It's been on my Kindle since January.
that's crazy.
Like,
Oh,
I
I have
can't
books
wait.
that have been on my Kindle for a long time. I have books that I like downloaded and then like
Yeah.
deleted and never read. Like
Here's
it's
the thing
ridiculous.
with me, though, is I really like delayed gratification.
I
Like, I love to wait for something and then it just pay off so well. Like, I don't know.
okay.
I don't know what that says
No,
about
I
me,
need to
if that's,
just
like, an issue, if that's weird, I don't know.
I
I just love a good delayed gratification.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. If I have access to it, I'm gonna read it.
No, I'm so bad at that.
I've been reading, I think the last time we were on, I was reading or I had finished Happy Place or I was reading People We Meet on Vacation. I in fact finished obviously People We Meet on Vacation. I
I saw that
rated
just
it.
got nominated for Emmys or an Emmy or
Yeah, I'm
something.
interested. Yeah, they made a movie or they're making a movie.
It's on Netflix.
And oh no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the wrong romance book. Okay. I'm
Oh,
thinking of Beach Read. That's being made into a movie.
uh,
People We Meet on Vacation was also a movie. It was a movie.
it's
I watched
on
it.
Netflix. It
I
just
watched it. I'm
yeah,
pretty sure it was a movie. Yeah, I think Beach Read's a movie or a show. I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, there was some type of film adaptation. I loved the film. I didn't
Did
really
you?
like the book.
Interesting. And I
So
heard a
the
lot of people say they love the book and not the film, so that is super interesting to
interesting.
me.
Yeah, no, I gave it a 2.5 and rounded it up to a 3 on Goodreads.
Mm.
What did I say? It just like took longer than it needed to. I enjoyed the back and forth between the past and the present, but I spent the whole book waiting to know what the disagreement had been between the two characters. So it was
Interesting.
like, why the hell is all of this happening? Like, why are you mad at each other? I don't know what happened. And then you
Yeah.
have to like wait till the end of the book. So like the climax of the book is happening at the same time you're finding out what started the disagreement in the first place. It's just, I don't know, maybe just the structure of it. And I normally enjoy that. Like I
You
like
know
when
what that
things
kinda
go from
reminds
past
me
to
of?
present. What?
Mad Honey. Mad Honey was like that because one timeline
Mm,
moved forward and one timeline went backward.
yeah. So it wasn't my fave. The movie, I weeped.
Really. And you don't
When I say
cry
weeped,
at stuff like that.
weeped. It
Yeah.
was beautiful. I finished listening to the part 1 of ACOTAR graphic audio for the second time. It was a re-listen. We listened to a lot of
We
it on the way home from North Carolina.
yeah, we listened to part 1, and what's so annoying is I went to find part 2 on Libby, and my library only has part 1 graphic audio for some reason. So then I looked on the Philly library website, and that's like, I put it on hold, but
Okay. That's so
who
annoying.
knows?
And then I just finished part 2, I think like yesterday or the day before.
Now, do you count that on as, like, towards your reading goal for the year? A
Yes.
reread. Interesting. I don't.
Yeah, I read the book. I took the time to listen or read the book, even if it was a reread.
Mm.
I think we had this debate on the way home from North Carolina,
Yeah, I think so too, but I was just putting it out there.
bringing it up on the
Yeah.
podcast, trying to
I
call me.
don't count a reread.
I love that for you.
I
I
don't
do.
judge people that do. Like, I guess I just never really thought about it, but, like,
Also, to be fair, that's the first time I've ever reread anything.
I was literally about to say I don't actually reread much. Like, I reread To Kill a Mockingbird a million times, but I don't even put that on Goodreads because the
Well,
first time I read it was
I think
8th grade.
re-listening is easier than rereading, maybe?
Mhm.
I don't know.
And
I've just never been like a rereader in general. So Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. I can say the only reason I'm rereading or re-listening is
Mhm.
to prepare for 6 and 7
That's what
because
I
it's been
wanted to
so
do.
long since I read it, and I don't even think, like, a Cliff Notes would, like, be, like,
Yeah.
helpful,
I
and it
wanted to
was
try to
really
get
cool.
through them with graphic audio, but it's like with my freaking libraries, it's so hard to do anything.
Yeah. I did raise my rating on it to a 4 from a 3 because I said
Because it's best,
I
and it
only
should have been a
raised it
4. I don't
because
know.
of the pleasure of knowing the direction everything was going and being able to listen for the little details
Mm.
and the clues. I
There
really enjoyed that.
there were a
Mm.
few parts where we were listening, and I was like, don't like hearing this out loud." Like, "This is weird."
Yeah, Cassie was not a fan of the, like, kissing and the, like,
It was
sucking
more
noises.
so yeah, no, the noises that they were making, like, they didn't even really make sense to, like, what they were doing.
My
But then
favorite
also the Night of Calamai where he, like, bites her, that one got me
I
specifically.
forgot
Like,
about that.
that one was weird.
I the ones I struggle with are the, like, high-pitched sex name calling. What I mean by that is, like, at the end of ACOTAR, it's
Mhm.
like when her and Tamlin sleep together when they're, like, reunited under the mountain, and it's just the, like, "Tamlin." Like,
Ew.
and you
See, we
just,
didn't
like,
get that
can't.
far, but I would also hate that.
I just
I don't like that.
So, yeah, I raised it, and then I read Yesteryear.
I wanna get to that one.
That was a wild ride. That was
That's
a
on
wild
hold at
ride.
Libby.
I gave it a 4. I felt like that I didn't get enough understanding of the main character and, like, what happened to her, and that's why I
Mhm.
gave it a 4, but it entertained me the whole
Interesting,
way.
okay.
It was a very interesting concept of a book.
I'm excited for
Mm.
that one.
And then Sarah and I actually just read the same book. It's called In Her Defense. It was on Reese Witherspoon's list. I gave it a 3.5 and rounded it to 4. It's basically about this mother who sues her daughter's therapist for like basically like brainwashing her daughter. So like defamation of their family.
Interesting.
Yeah, or like, yeah, I think she sues her for defamation of her. Basically saying that like this woman like convinced my daughter that like her like childhood was bad and that like she coerced her to like cut people out of her life. It was a really interesting story, but the ending it was kind of like the whole book, it was like, "Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay." Like,
Yeah.
that's what the book felt like. But overall, enjoyed reading it. And now I'm reading 2 right now. Actually, technically 3. Disney Adult is still flopping around, but, like, that's, like, a physical book that I'll pick up if I'm
Yeah.
sitting in the living room. I started The Ascended. Originally, I
You
took
told
it off
me.
of my 26 for 26 because I thought it was gonna give the same vibes as another one I DNF'd, and
Yeah.
I was a little hasty about it, so I decided to put it back on and give it a try because it was on Kindle Unlimited
Mhm.
and I like it. It's like God, like powers, Hunger Games like vibes.
Okay.
Basically, like the premise is there were these like people, higher beings that like had power, and they were called, I think it's called Acer. This one's a, like got really weird pronunciations. And then as the power grew, it started to creep into the mortal realm. So then humans were popping up with power and they didn't like that. And so they
Mhm.
basically created the trials for anybody who shows power to come together and to fight it out, I guess, to earn like credit or to earn like the honor
It's
to
very, like, powerless-y.
kind of. Yeah. Yeah, it's a kind of a mix of a bunch, but I really like it. And then I had a Libby hold come through, of course. And so I'm reading Enormous Wings, and it's about a 72-year-old woman who goes into a like elderly community home and she ends up falling in love with this guy and sleeping with him and she gets pregnant. And then she becomes like an anomaly and everybody's like after her like wants to come and see her and so I'm really curious to see
That's crazy.
where that goes.
It's crazy. I've
Yeah.
been trying to do more audiobooks when I'm, like, I have downtime, so instead of just in the car, like, if I'm
Hmm.
cleaning or I'm instead of, like, watching something stupid on YouTube.
That's what
Guys,
I've been trying to do.
I found this show on YouTube called Pop the Balloon or Find Love,
No.
and it's, like, all I watch, and sometimes I'm just like, I need something else, so I've been trying to do that. So I recently listened to The Tenant by Frida McFadden. I really liked that was a good one.
Okay.
Um, I listened
Which
to
is
A
funny, I've
Child.
seen people say they didn't really like that one.
Really? I thought this one was good.
Okay. I
A
might have to
Child
put it back
Called
on my
It.
Kindle.
A Child Called It. That one was a quick one, though. And I listened on 2.25, so, like, that was a 4-hour book, but I listened in 2 hours. You know, like, it was quick. I read Allegedly, listened to Allegedly, that one was really good. I think I just I either told both you and Sarah or just Sarah. I forget to read it, but that one was really good.
I think Sarah probably. I don't remember you mentioning that.
Yeah, so like I've been making a point to do more, and so like they're novels, you know. Well, A Child Called It is a nonfiction, so like usually I just do nonfictions, but I've kind of gotten through like a good chunk of the nonfictions I want to get through, so now I'm like, shit, if I'm just cleaning or something, maybe I'll do that. And
You
then
should listen to The Grieving Brain.
yeah, I should see if Libby has that. I mean, I have it; it's down there somewhere.
Yeah, you should
Hey,
listen to
look,
that one.
that's a
That one's
picture of
good.
us that you made.
Hey.
Yeah, so those are the ones like off the top of my head that I've been doing. I've just been trying to
Sure.
give myself a break from like stupid shit, you know?
Yeah, I don't. Life is too short to do stupid, like to read stupid books.
No. Stupid shows. Like,
Okay, well, I still
yeah.
stand by my statement of life is too short to read stupid books.
No, I agree. I even
On
like
that,
hold on. I was reading this arc last night. Actually, it's been 2 arcs in a row where I'm like, "Oh my god, this book is never gonna end." And
oh
Andrew's like,
no,
"Then just DNF it." And I'm like, "Well, I
correct.
technically can DNF an arc, but then I have to not they request that you don't do a review for it. So then that goes against my percentage of like how many I've reviewed out of how many I've been.
Why didn't
Like,
you just say that you finished it, but you really didn't?
well, because then I can't give it a good review. Or then I can't give it an honest review.
I would just review what you
Yeah,
could. I
I
don't know.
guess. I don't know. I don't like to lie.
You're a rule follower, right?
I am. And I was like, I can't DNF an arc. Like, I just can't. He's like, but that was your goal. Like, I thought we were just going to let books be like lie when they're bad. And I was like, okay, yes, but not arcs.
But I understand, like, in this circumstance, because you don't want
Yeah.
your rating to go down.
Yeah.
On the topic of, I said something a couple minutes ago, and now I forget what I said, but I was going to talk about our 26 for 26 because
We suck.
we were halfway through the year, and I had DNF'd 2 books off of my list, and I'd read 1 out of
I think
26
I've read
books.
4 so far, but Love Letters to a Serial Killer was on there. So it's going to be 5 soon.
Okay, so we talked about going back and like getting rid of ones that we like know that we're not going to read. So I knew that I was not going to read several items on there.
She's about to
So,
piss me off, just so everybody knows.
well, yeah, some of my decisions made her upset, which I understand. I got to find the list. Just give me one hot moment. Okay, so I took To Kill a Mockingbird off because I was never going to read that. I'm not reading it again. I read it in high school. That was enough.
No.
I took off for now. Eleanor Oliphant is completely fine or totally fine. I'll eventually read it, but it just wasn't on my. It's not a priority.
Yeah.
I also took the last one off the list. I think I'm just gonna stick to never reading that. Just like Sarah's never gonna read ACOTAR, so we can just both piss you off at the same time. I'm kidding. What else did I take off? I took off Anxious People by Frederick Bachman. Another one I would really like to get to. Just wasn't like in the mood.
Yeah.
I took off A Frida McFadden. I took off a couple fantasies that I just like know I'm not going to get to, like Spark of the Everflame. It's a pretty decently long book. I took off When the Moon Hatched. I want to read that eventually, but it's such a long book, so I need a minute. And then I took off some like lesser like fantasy ones. I took off Metal Slinger, which I'd like to eventually get to, but again, not top priority. And Red Queen. I took that one off for now, and Divine Rivals. So I was really in a fantasy mood when I made the 26 for 26 list, and I overcrowded it with fantasy, and so that was another reason like I really needed to go back and assess it.
Yeah, I thought the 26 I picked would be like top priorities. Like at the time, they were like what I really wanted to get to, and now
Same,
looking
and then my
back, I'm like,
priorities just changed.
why do I care if I get to this book or not?
So I put like some things in place, like hold on, now I can't find that dang list.
Well, on mine is Shields and Sparrows. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Jess is reading it, and she loves it.
Ooh, okay. Oh, Rights of a Starling is the second one.
Yeah, she's not there yet, but
Okay.
she's loving the first one. But that's
So
still
I'm
on.
on-
That's what I want to get to.
on here, I put like Beach Read on here. I
Mhm.
put the new Abby Jimenez on here. Put the Testaments because I watched the show and I would really like to read the book because I've read The Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
I put in some other just like general like contemporary fictions. I put that I wanted to reread Akamath and Akawar. And then I put the Empyrean series novella and ACOTAR 6 on here. So I put a decent amount of Reese Witherspoon's picks. Hers always seem to do pretty well.
I don't enjoy any I have read off hers, maybe with the exception of Broken Country, which like I liked but didn't love.
Yeah.
I don't really like her books.
I've actually had pretty good luck until First Lie Wins. That
First
one
Lie
like was a
Wins
really
was
big disappointment.
Trash. To be fair, I'm thinking of her book that she wrote with Harlan Coben, I think is how you say it. I did read it. It's one of the ones I read. It was on my list. What the hell is it called? It's got a blue cover. That's all I
I know
remember.
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, she co-wrote it.
Yeah.
That was trash.
I
So
remember you
maybe
didn't
I'm
like
like,
that one.
even though that what I mean, I am sure it's on her list because it's her. She's the author, but like trash. She has no
it's actually
business
not on her
writing books.
list.
She has no business writing books.
It's
Sorry. I love you, Reese, but you have no business with that.
okay. So we need to revisit some things.
Yeah.
We did not get to revisiting books we love. We kind of talked about our most recent reads, and we kind of like, I guess, broached this with kind of me revisiting ACOTAR.
Mhm.
What are some like favorites that held up for you over the last year that really didn't like die off?
So what's crazy, considering it's all that's left of me, is that I only read ACOTAR last year. So, yep.
Wait, the whole year?
Yeah, I only read ACOTAR. I think I started in March, so I only read them last year.
Like those were, I was getting really confused because I was like, you read other books.
Oh, no,
last
no, no.
year.
I'm just
I
saying for
understand what
how
you're saying now.
much of my life they consume. Like, I've only read them last year. So those have very much held up. I also only read the Fourth Wing series last year. So those have very much held up. Phantasma, but I didn't read the second. So I don't know if having continued it would have held up for me.
Okay.
But those are like the big ones that come to, oh, Manacled, which
You loved that one.
I loved, but that's like the fan fiction version. So if you've read Alchemized, they're the same thing, but Manacled is in the Harry Potter universe, and then Alchemized is not because you can't publish fan fiction. Those were like my top that have held up that I will still talk about every 5 seconds if I'm given the audience for it.
So I feel like that House of Flame and Shadows has stood for me.
Crescent City, yes.
That like left a really emotional impact, I think, on me. One that didn't really hold up for me, like that doesn't really come to mind very often, and I thought it would, was Silver Elite. So I'm like curious to get back into I'm curious to get into Broken Dove.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you don't agree with this, but Sunrise on the Reaping held for me.
I mean, I didn't read it, but my mom was just asking me about that one yesterday because she's very into the Hunger Games series.
Okay.
So we were talking about it yesterday. I was at her house and she said she hasn't read the book yet. And I said, Sarah and Becca said I should read this one. Like, I don't really like Suzanne Collins' writing, but they said this is probably the best one. And she's like, oh, okay. Like, I need to read it. My mom's a big reader. That's where I get it from. She's like, I want to read it before it comes out, but I saw a commercial for it already. So I looked it up and the movie's coming out in October.
It is, and I'm very excited about that.
And I've seen all the movies. Like, I've kept up with it. The stories are fine. It's just not like I don't know why. I don't like her writing, but then the movies are also just like meh.
Wrong. You're wrong. Crown of Midnight stood for me. That and Empire of Storms were my two favorite from the Throne of Glass series, but Crown of Midnight often comes to mind just because of the big reveal in that
you're
book.
Not gonna like.
Huh?
A comment for that you're not gonna like.
Love to hear it.
So I loved Heir of Fire. That was my favorite. However,
we had this conversation on another
I've said
episode.
it to you so many times, but like, it's just, that was meh. It was a big commitment for not a lot of payoff is how I feel about that series. Like, ACOTAR and Crescent City are up here. Throne of Glass is down here.
I'm going to come back to my opinion on that.
I know, I'm going to get roasted for that, I feel like. But
yeah, Fourth Wing stood for me. And those were the big ones.
Yeah. I mean, there was like some, like, I really enjoyed a couple thrillers, like a couple standalones here and there.
I was going to say, like, there were some other books. There were some other books now that I'm looking at this list that now that like my memory is jogged that I read them, like I remember really loving them in the moment. Didn't stand long enough to like.
So like a thriller for me, and it was an arc, but I recommend it to everybody that's looking for a thriller, is Nobody Knows You're Here by Bryn Greenwood. Like, love it. Still love it. Yeah.
Sorry, I blacked out there for a minute.
No, it's okay. I didn't pull my phone's charging, so I didn't pull up my Goodreads. So I'm kind of just going off like the ones that really stuck out, you know?
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do at first. Like the first couple that came to mind were like House of Flame and Shadow came to mind.
Yeah, I read all of SJM last year. Everyone.
Yeah, no. Actually, I didn't read Fourth Wing last year. It was the year before. So I think I updated something I said in the review, so that's why it popped up. But yeah, so
is last year when you went back and reread the first one because you missed?
Probably.
That might be what you did.
Wait, let me look and see. I think that's actually
that might be it. What's so funny is now, so Andrew, I don't know if he's done research, but I know he like listens to our podcast and stuff. So every time I'm reading a book, he doesn't know what I'm reading because it's on Kindle, but I'll just hear him go, Cassian or ACOTAR. And he's just like, when he wants my attention, he'll just start saying like buzzwords about books, but those are his two like go-to ones. And he just starts whispering them until I'm like done with my chapter and he waits.
We really need to have Andrew on the podcast.
I know, he's such a
Like,
joy.
ASAP. I think I would pee myself like during that
I
episode.
know.
You should go to him and ask him like what he would. You know what? No, I think that he needs to come on and we can just simply like have him as like a husband that's like willing to debate like
Just like a
smut
third,
books.
just like you don't have to know
Yeah.
the book, but listen to us talk. I'll
Mhm.
see how he feels about that. He has his own podcast, guys. It's called Sound
Yeah,
of Muzak.
shout out because he's trying
you
to,
wanna
I know,
see
like
him.
rebuild that.
Because he's adorable and I love him.
Cassie's a
But like
little
if you're a
obsessed with
book
her husband.
girly or hey, a book guy, teach your own. There's a lot of book guys on Instagram. You're probably also a music person and or your significant other is a music person. I feel like they go like so many times, like gamer music, gamer
Yes.
book, like hand in hand.
Yeah, I mean,
He
Dylan's
like
gamer.
deep dives into like, I mean, it's not his friend Rob does it with him. Sorry, I'm just going to shamelessly plug my husband right now. Andrew does everything. Like he's doing a series now that's like top 10 of the different years. So like just out of every genre, not just popular genres, not just rock, not, you know, just he hits literally everything, like things you probably have never heard of because I've never heard of them either. And it's just fun. So if you're looking for something, and he's just cute and I love him. So
He's very passionate about music.
it's a bonus.
Yeah. He's cute. It's a bonus. So yeah, I mean, and I was gonna say like I had on here like, you know, like book recs or whatever, like based on what's held up. But honestly, like all of the ones that I said out loud would be like one. I actually I don't know. Okay, so let me go back. Actually, recs I would give that are like lighter, maybe ones that didn't stick out like or hold as much weight after I read them or whatever. But like good ones, if you're like looking to just go to the bookstore and like pick up a book, I think Archer's Voice.
That was so good.
That was a really good one. I really enjoyed The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. That
I
would
did
be a
not read
really
that
good
yet.
book.
Like I
I'm trying
said,
to
the Bryn
think.
Greenwood one, Nobody Knows You're Here. That would be a good standalone to get.
I think that's it. Like those two are probably The Wedding People I read last year.
That was good.
That was one that stuck out to me and still holds weight and
Yeah.
I would recommend that. So yeah, I think those are my recs.
So books we're embarrassed that we loved. I have one in my head.
What?
Paging Dr. Stalker.
Jesus Christ, Cassandra.
It was on Kindle Unlimited. It's like a half dark romance because he does technically stalk her, but like he never does anything against like sexually against her will.
Okay.
Like it's always she always gives permission or asks for it. But like she knows him in real life. Like they're neighbors, they grew up together. So like they know each other, but then he likes her so much but doesn't know how to tell her and is like worried about her because he's a doctor and she came into the ER because her ex had beat the shit out of her. So like then he goes undercover, I don't know, he puts the mask on and like starts checking on her and like spying on her and stuff. And so then she's torn because she's like, I love this I really like this masked man, but I also really like this neighbor. And it's the same person. So like I'm a little embarrassed, but I enjoyed it.
Sometimes I'm a little embarrassed about the teacher sometimes just because like it's just like an odd topic.
It is, but it's the twists of that one. Like
This was so good.
the twists.
I definitely am embarrassed that I enjoyed Hunting and Haunting Adeline for sure.
I don't know if embarrassed is the right word
I
for
feel
how I
icky
feel
about it.
about those books.
I gave Haunting Adeline I gave a 3 and Hunting I gave a 4.
Hunting I gave higher. I don't remember
Yes.
what I gave, but Hunting I thought was okay. I need to add like I don't like the sex trafficking part of it, but I liked that conflict better
Yes.
than Haunting. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
I agree. I mean, I know you're not. I am kind of embarrassed that I like ACOTAR just because like it's just everywhere. Like
I was literally
like
just
the
thinking
quintessential white girl. Like
I was literally just thinking, am I embarrassed for the amount I like it? And then I was like, no, you know what? I'm not. Some people
No, and
like Pretty
I
Little
love that
Ponies
for
or whatever
you.
the hell that's called. So
Yeah, I love that for you. I support you in loving it as much as you do. It's like
it's all that's left of me.
I just got a Wanda Maximoff Marvel purse.
Yeah.
I love it. And that's for me.
You know,
So if ACOTAR is for you,
I love ACOTAR.
I'm trying to think what else I'm embarrassed. You know what I'm embarrassed about? I'm embarrassed that I fell for the clout that people gave Throne of Glass. I really was convinced. I was like, yeah, like this is going to be it.
I read it because you told me to, and because it's SJM. Like I would have read all her books regardless. But the amount of hype that series gets, it was disappointing. Maybe if it were just, I hadn't heard much about it, it wasn't built up the way it was, maybe I would not feel like I.
See, the way you feel about the series is how I feel about Kingdom of Ash specifically.
Mm.
I liked the rest of it.
Mhm.
I enjoyed the war and the conflict, and I enjoyed there were moments where Aelin was frustrating, but I
Oh, she
genuinely
pissed me off.
enjoyed her trauma. I didn't
Mhm.
I enjoyed how her character developed through the trauma.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Airfire was my favorite because finally somebody was telling her what she needed to hear, and that only lasted for one book.
Naturally. And slightly embarrassed. I like the cheesy romance books that I've been reading recently, like the Abby Jimenez actually, I don't even put Abby Jimenez in that category because I actually think some of her books are really beautiful and have really beautiful messages. But I would put Emily Henry in that category, it's just an easy romance, they're going to end up together
Yeah.
situation.
I want to say that I'm embarrassed for all my hockey reads, but I'm not. Not even a little
No,
bit.
you shouldn't. That's actually it's just funny. That's why you get away with it.
It is funny. I'll reread. So I don't really have a comfort reread that's on there.
I would never recommend this now.
You know which one I came to with that was Powerless, the Powerless trilogy, because I really liked 1 and 2. And I even Angie just finished the trilogy because I had gotten it for her, I don't know, for Christmas or something, the first one. And even as she's reading it for the first time, I'm like, damn, it's so not worth it now. Now that I finished it, Powerless is really the only one I can think of for that. Because
I would agree with
really
that.
liked the first 2.
You know what I would not recommend now? I stand by this opinion. The only book by this author that I would recommend actively today is Verity, Colleen Hoover. I wouldn't recommend any of her the other books that I've read of hers.
I've only read Too Late, and I didn't like it then, so I definitely don't like it now.
There were some I enjoyed November 9. I think I enjoyed Remembering Him.
My younger sister's on a Colleen Hoover. Well, she's recently gotten into reading. She's never really been a big reader, but she's on a big Colleen Hoover kick, and she keeps trying to ask me about it, and I'm like, Kels, I don't like her.
But yeah, other than that, there's nothing that really sticks out.
No. Our next segment is classics and romance that aged questionably. Here's the thing, and I'm just gonna blanket statement classics here because I love them. So this is not me knocking them or anything bad. I just feel like they've all aged questionably because the language is just very different. They're definitely more racist because of the times they were written in. You cannot read a classic with today's standards in mind. You know what I mean? You have to look at them through their time's standards. And I think that's what makes classics a harder read. That and just the language. I agree some of the language gets hard, but you cannot read them with today's views and standards in mind.
Well, and I think people do.
Yeah, and I think that it's just they're just hard. I get it. I wish more people would read them, but they are a chore sometimes.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I get it.
It's heavy.
Yeah, I truly get it. I love it, but I get it.
This is an interesting topic, and this section was inspired by
the Bridgerton
reading the Bridgerton series.
Yeah,
and
Stella's having a nightmare.
No.
I know, but I'm not sorry for
Bridgerton after the Netflix effect. And what's interesting is that the Netflix show got me to read the books. But I don't think that was the general pop. I think people just really enjoy the show. I don't think I don't think it really really sparked a lot of people to go read the books.
I'm over Bridgerton. I still haven't watched Benedict's season. Yeah, maybe that's going back to the last topic. Maybe that's a series that hasn't held up for me as much. I think maybe I got too hyped around it, and Colin and Penelope season was disappointing. And then I'm I think I'm just done. Honestly, I've spent too much time on this series at this point.
I liked Benedict.
I know, and I love Benedict. I love the actor. I love Benedict's character in the books. I want to watch it. I just don't care. I just don't care.
It's too woke for Cassie.
Well, don't even get me started on what they did with Francesca.
Moving on. Are classics becoming inaccessible? Yeah.
No, I disagree.
Hashtag the government.
So here's the thing. A lot of classics have messages that still stand today. To Kill a Mockingbird, I don't want to beat a dead horse.
The racists don't want to hear the messages.
No, they don't want to hear the messages. And it's also classics are very strongly written because censorship was not like a thing back then. So they're not as like dig deep to find the message either. They're just like right in your face, which is why a lot of them are banned because the government doesn't want to hear that the government sucks. So I think that what was the question? How did you say it?
Are classics becoming inaccessible?
Yeah, no, they're not. It's like I said, you can't look at it through today's standards. You have to look at it back then standards, and times change. But
They're making them inaccessible to children.
Well, I think they seem
or minors, I guess.
I think like
you
painting
mean
them physically. You mean physically inaccessible?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, physically they're much harder to get. You got to go to
What are
Barnes
you
and Nobles.
talking about?
I thought you meant like the understanding. Like, are they too much for people? So then I take back what I said. Then yes, physically they're harder to get. You got to go to Barnes and Nobles in their like sale sections because they always have them there. Or used bookstores.
I think that some of the really old ones that have some of that like just older language, I do think some of them are becoming inaccessible in that way because like people just like don't touch grass these days, you know?
They don't touch grass. I'm going to really try to be kind here.
We live in a very instant gratification world, and I don't feel as classics do that.
So I'm really trying to pick my words because it's something I feel very passionately about, but I want to not be mean about it.
Okay.
Our government wants people to be less intelligent than they used to be. Our reading level as a country is lower. The median reading level is lower than it used to be. People are reading less books than they used to. Our forms of entertainment are doing the same things to our brain that crack does to our brain. You know, our government wants that. Like Trump was not going to let TikTok get banned because it breeds that kind of, and hey, I'm on TikTok. Like I'm not knocking it, you know, it breeds that kind of knowledge. I don't know. I'm really trying not to be a dick because I do think it's subliminal and I don't think everybody, it's not the people's fault, you know what I mean? But like our government doesn't want people to be critical thinkers. So they're really doing their damnedest to
not even just the government, but I also feel like just like our society and the way that we are progressing.
Yeah, but why are we progressing that way? Because of our government.
I think that there's like natural progression that like occurs in humans.
Yes and no. I think that again, I don't know. Maybe I just hate our government like a little too much, but
I'm saying the way like that we access information is progressing, and because it goes back to what I said about instant gratification. Like we just want it right there and then to actually pick up the book, read the words, get to the end of the story when I can watch a show or a movie that's like an hour. So yeah,
I just have a lot of strong feelings about it, guys. I'm really trying not to be a dick about it. There are reasons for that. If you want to get into it, I won't do it here, but you can hit me up if you want.
Hit me up. Send me a DM. This last section, it's a really good one because so the first talking point for this one, and this was inspired by Powerless because that was an episode that did pretty well. Yeah. We just talked about it actually. Kind of fantasy trends. So fantasy romance oversaturation.
Yeah.
10 out of 10, 11 out of 10. Agree that it has been oversaturated. Everybody thinks they can do it now, or everybody wants to put it in their book and then they don't do it in the right way, or it doesn't hit the way it should. Just sucks.
Yeah.
I feel like it got ruined.
Yeah. I'm very select about the fantasies I read still.
Same.
I'm not gonna, I already mentioned like Powerless didn't hold up for me. So that's one I don't recommend anymore. I've retired that recommendation. But I'm still like, I know you have phased out of romantasy. You'll still do them here and there. And for me, I'm reading less for sure, just because I'm trying to diversify my genres more, but I still love them. I mean, like one I'm obsessed with almost equally as much as ACOTAR is Captive of the Wild Hunt by A.A. Gordon.
I remember.
Nobody has really, not nobody, but like nobody in my life has read them yet. So like I don't really have a space. Like I've done an episode on the books.
It was an arc, right?
Yeah, I read the third as an arc, so I had to read the first two to get to the third. But I read the third as an arc. I love it like so much, and it was different in a lot of ways. The magic system was different, but it was so well done. Like there were things about it that I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this, but she did such a good job with it. Then I've read some other fantasies that I'm like, no, this was not. Like it's heavy. So like I just read a dark romantasy and I'm like, this is really heavy on the dark and not so much on the romantasy part of it.
I don't mind a dark.
No, I don't either.
What
But
I
it was
don't like is gothic.
yeah.
I figured that out, and that was what Anathema was. Anathema was
Mm.
a gothic dark
That's kind of what
romantasy.
Phantasma is, though.
It was Phantasma
More.
was not gothic.
Mm.
The gothic goes a little bit we get more into, like, death and sacrifice and blood, and which is I tried to
Hey,
read The
you loved
Starling
the
House.
sex scene where blood was dripping on him, so
I ha, ha, ha. I tried to read The Starling House. It was about, like, a haunted house, like, an actual haunted house, like, the
Mhm.
house was alive, and I tried to read that, and that was very gothic, and I just couldn't do it, like, it's just not my thing. But another point on here was and something you said, like, jogged my memory, but are all fantasy books blending together? I think yes.
there has to be different like I said, Captive of the Wild Hunt, the magic system is very different. You know, like, you have to I do feel
The
like a
magic systems can be different, but I think that the core of the plots, like,
mm,
the next kind of bullet point that probably goes along with this is, like, the chosen one trope fatigue. Like,
mm.
honestly, like, Throne of Glass screams chosen one fatigue. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, it was a 7, 8 book, well, including the novella, if you're including the novella in, like, the
Mhm.
series, so, like, if we're saying whatever. So it's an
I
8
think
book
that's a
series
problem in
that
every genre, though, like, romance, they're all gonna end up together, you know what I mean? Like,
more
it's
so the chosen one and, like, you are the chosen one for our kingdom, and, like,
yeah.
you are the, like, chosen one to do X, Y, and Z, like,
I
we don't need an
like
8-book series about Aelin coming to power.
But
Like,
that's what I like about, like, ACOTAR or Fourth Wing or Captive of the Wild Hunt, like, they're ensembles. Like, it's not all about one person, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
yeah, in ACOTAR, Rhys is probably the most powerful, but he's not always the center of attention. Like, Feyre had her turn,
Throne
and
of Glass was that, though. Aelin was the main center except for
exactly. Harry Potter I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Harry Potter, but Harry Potter is literally the chosen one, you know what I mean?
yeah, he was the
In
one that
Fourth
started it
Wing,
all.
like, yeah, it's mostly about Xaden and Violet, but they do like, there's Ree, there's, Garrick, there's, their ensembles are
Rebecca
very
Yarros does a
important.
really good job. I won't support SJM as much just because the first 3 books were very heavy on Feyre and, like, her chosen one status.
But I think the third one was not as much. I argue the third one was not.
I argue that it was just because the central focus of those 3 books, I really feel, specifically Mist and Fury and ACOWAR, like, ACOWAR had more going on the side, so, like, I support it kind of, but that still was, like, a very important book in, like, Rhys and
Mhm.
Feyre's like, that book closed off their journey, so, like, I still feel like it
I don't know.
focused.
I think ACOTAR is a good ensemble. I think, yeah, Feyre is what started it. So, yeah, she got a little bit more time. But, like, I do think ACOWAR really starts to bring in, like, why Nesta's important and why
Maybe
Cassian's
we'll get a
important,
little
why
maybe
Az
we'll
is
get
important.
more of, like, Nesta in ACOTAR 6, and
I
then
think we're gonna get more of Nesta in something SJM, but I'm not gonna say it.
yeah, I really hope that we get more of that.
Yeah.
Actually, no, spoiler alert, if you're listening and you don't wanna hear what I say in the next 5 seconds, just skip ahead real quick. I absolutely wanna see more Nesta in Crescent City.
I think that's where Nesta's gonna become important.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
do.
I support that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see, like, what I guess this was a good one to end on. The fantasy worlds that really stand out, I mean, this is kind of like an easy one, I feel, like, in the like, I feel like Fourth Wing has not died down, ACOTAR has not
ACOTAR.
died down. I feel like Throne of Glass has died down, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
And that's
Um,
not just because of my own opinion, like, I genuinely think it's just died down on Book
I
Talk.
agree. Cruel
Mm.
Prince, I see a lot still.
Cruel Prince, you
I
do?
have not read it, but I see that a lot, yes.
Love that book, or I love that series. I feel like
Shield of Sparrows just had, like, a little
it
uptick
did.
because its second one came out.
It did. I feel like same with Silver Elite when Broken Dove came out, it kinda had a little bit of an
Mhm.
uptick, but honestly, I really feel like Fourth Wing and ACOTAR are the base
They're, like, the
world
2.
for romantasy. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
When I go to sleep at night, I'm dreaming of Besgaeth and Valaris.
Ugh, me too.
Well, that was our last segment.
Look at us. I did not think of a game.
I've got one. Okay,
Okay.
are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna describe a book cover,
Okay.
and then you have to tell me what book it is.
Ooh, okay.
But I'm gonna try to be like, I gotta get ones that actually I should go on your list so I know you've read them.
Yeah.
Oh, I typed your name into the author section.
Maybe one day.
I hope for your sake.
I hope so too. That would be so lovely.
That would be so lovely. Such an old lady thing to say. That was so lovely. Okay, all right, are you ready? First one is like kind of like a pink reddish hue. And it's got like a hand coming out of it, like scratching on the wood. I think blood's dripping from the nails.
I've read this or this is in my
You've read this. The hand's reaching around to try to open the door. It looks like maybe cabinets. Yeah, it's like a light pink reddish hue.
Tenant?
Yeah, good job. Okay. This one's got a black background, but it's got a yellow and orange landscape. We've got some stars and some moons. We've got a heart that looks like Saturn. We have a very bright rainbow rocket. We've got some purple cacti.
Is it poetry?
No.
Is it untangled or
Yeah.
uprooted?
Untangled.
Yeah. They're
Good job.
almost the same cover.
Amazing. Wow. Okay, let's see if you can go 3 for 3.
You're being so vague. I was like, what the fuck?
I'm trying to be. Okay, ready?
Mhm.
So this one has the background is yellow and it's got like a small pink square. And then there's a person inside the pink square.
Mhm.
And she's holding a pink container. She's wearing a light pink outfit, almost like a suit outfit, it looks
Okay.
like. She's got bangs.
Okay.
And that's pretty much the cover of the book.
Explain. Okay, start over. Explain.
So
one more
a
time.
light yellow background with like
Okay.
a pink square, and the person is inside the pink square, and she's holding on to a pink jar.
Your mother? I mean, how do I mean your mother? I'm glad my mother's dead.
Yeah. You were really like,
Because I didn't hear the part at first that she was holding the jar. So in my head, I'm like, that sounds like I'm glad my mother's dead, but she's
Okay.
holding something.
wait, I want to do another one just for fun. Okay, ready?
Mhm.
Half of the cover is like a pale yellow, and
Okay.
half of the cover is pink.
Okay.
There are 2 people sitting on one bench or like one item that like stretches across the screen, and there's like a connector line. One of them has a set of headphones and the other one has a phone.
Is this a first time caller?
Yeah. I was trying to like, that one was like a really like hard one to like be really vague about.
It's also hard because she's redone the covers in multiple color schemes.
Okay.
So, yeah, I like this
that was
game.
fun.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I'm smart. Well, with that, and we talked a lot about ACOTAR today. So stay cunning, stay brave, and remember you are your own high lady. Let me
guys.
repeat that one
Oh,
because that
okay.
was really bad. Stay cunning, stay brave, and
What are you doing?
she's chasing her tail.
She wore herself
She's
out.
looking at me like, why are you watching me?
And me.
She's so pissed at her tail right now.
I'll see you next week.
All right, everybody, stay cunning, stay brave, and remember you are your own high lady.
Bye.
Bye, guys.